Shaw Miller. I making this video for you, brother. You had reached out to me probably about 2 months ago, but you know I've been a bit, been kind of busy, but never late. Better late than never. You had reached out to me about your grandfather. I guess you was using him as a credit investor, and he was like he already had great credit, but a lot of the banks were still turning them down. You couldn't figure out why. Um, it's because of his age, man. Even if the banks didn't tell you, banks have like what they call internal guidelines, which means like if you have someone that's trying to get a personal loan or someone that's backing a company, their age might be an issue if they like 70, or 68 or something like that, because they looking at the amount of time that they may have to pay the loan back. So it wouldn't be smart for them to extend the loan that might take somebody 60 months to pay back, given the fact of their age. Let me just say this. I wrote in my last book, I said, you can be broke while you're young, but you can't be broke while you're old, right? And when we're talking about credit, credit is the most valuable to you when you're a young person. That's when you need credit. When you're young, you can hustle and you're vibrant. That's when credit is the most important piece of the puzzle to you, because you're trying to put things together. You shouldn't need credit when you're old. Like, it shouldn't even matter to you at that point. Like I always say, credit should be a luxury. When you get into you start to move into the second half of your life, it should be a luxury. It shouldn't be something that you depend on, because, like, let's say, like, for me, like, why do I really need credit? Like, I ain't buying no fucking cars. I'm not really, I ain't going out trying to buy my dream house. I ain't trying to buy, no jewelry or nothing like that. So credit is not, it's not at the top of my list. When you get to the second half of your life, then, having assets is more valuable than credit, because credit is debt. Like, I got a new book coming out, the Credit Investor. And people have always looked at credit investors like you use your grandfather, but the true credit investors are people that invest in debt. That's what, you can look it up, like, that's what true credit investors are. But I just looked at it in a way where, okay, let me find a way to accumulate some money by duplicating myself to other people, and as opposed to me going to, invest in debt that's true debt, let me go invest in some type of asset or some type of debt that will bring me money, and I go into detail about that more, I go into more detail about that in the book. But to answer your question, that's more than likely, that's the ultimate, that's the main reason why they kept denying you guys even with having, great credit. Because even if you put them behind a company, even with the company having good corporate credit, even with him being the principal on it, it would have helped you guys out more if the company had assets. Same thing, you know. So if you, when you see this video, I hope that answers your question. But um, for anybody that's young out there, that's when credit is the most important. That's going to be the most important part of your life when you're trying to get ahead. If you wasn't born in the money, or you're not able to come into money by way of like somebody died, or something like that. Like you shouldn't be dependent on it. Like I would be fucked up right now if I depended on credit. I'm still depending on credit to try to get ahead. Like I'm trying to buy a house, I'm trying to buy a car, something like that. That's not my aim. You know, uh, I keep stressing like just pay attention to the people that you listen to, because it's a lot of information out there. A lot of the young people on social media, man, look, I know people do a lot of lifestyle marketing where they want to show their cars off, and they want to show their jewelry off, and all those types of things. Like, man, listen, I'll give you one piece of advice. Never tell a motherfucker how much money you got. Never. You never do that. You never, like, I see people on social media, they they pull out 10,000, they pull out 20,000, 40,000, making these videos like, let me show you. Like, man, don't do that. Always remember that you want to try to remain a secret, like a mystery. You should remain a mystery to most people, because it's a lot of eyes out there. That's just take that advice. New book on the way, The Credit Investor. For those of you guys who haven't bought my other books, hey, go to Amazon, tap in with Corey P. Smith, and start putting the pieces of the puzzle together. But I hope that answers your question, man. Peace.